Happy Monday, guys. It's good to see you again. Um, Today, I wanted to talk about promotions. So, no, not the promotions that you see in your magazine trying to sell you a half price pizza. A promotion at an organization into a management role. That type of promotion. The type of promotion that results in a better salary and a fancy job title. That type of promotion. Um, as someone who's been promoted in the past, I think there's some things I wish I'd known before I had received those promotions. It's always an interesting change, and I think it would be amazing to if I could share with you just some wisdom that I've gathered along the way to help you better navigate that transition. So the first thing I want to talk about is something called the Peter Principle. The Peter Principle is a really interesting management theory. I actually discovered it last week, but I thought it was absolutely fascinating. Which basically says that most organizations tend to promote their best performers. Uh, Correct, because obviously, best performers are the people you're most likely to get promoted. But what happens once they're promoted is that they're no longer competent in the role that they were being performing in. And they get ultimately promoted through the organization to their ultimate level of incompetence. Um, what I've seen is that this can be quite an endemic thing. I think, obviously, if you are a great performer, you've got your eye on that next promotion and the next role. And I think you just need to be aware of the fact that sometimes making that change can diminish your value as a performer, because being a manager means you have to learn a whole bunch of new skills that you may not be have the training to do or equipped to learn. And I think just very important to be aware of it, be aware of that bias in the organization, and to be aware of it for yourself and determine whether you are ready to place yourself in that difficult situation and comfort role. Um, the next thing I would say, if you are looking to be promoted from being an individual contributor to a manager, um, is really to consider the skills that you will need and to start the upskilling that you will need before you step into the role. So that means working on things like your soft skills, your emotional intelligence, your commercial understanding. Uh, don't assume that just because you're good at something, uh, as a in your current role, that you'll be a good manager. There's an entire different world of skills that is required to be a good manager, and I think it's just really important that you understand that, and that to your best knowledge, if your ambition is to become a manager or become a leader in the organization, that you set your um, training curriculum or your personal upskilling curriculum in the books you read to deliver to understand that kind of capability. And even then, stepping into the role of a manager, there's nothing that can prepare you for the situation that you might uncover, for the challenges you might have managing downwards and upwards. Um, I think it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes lived experience, and you're not going to succeed overnight unless you're some savant. And then thirdly, I think it's really about looking at the people who want to promote you and holding them accountable to making sure that you succeed in the role. That means having people around you who understand the role that you're trying to do, maybe who have been there before, um, leveraging as much of that experience and knowledge and understanding as possible, but also making sure your managers set the necessary training and coaching and building blocks early in your first steps into a management role, into a promoted role, so that you are supported through the transition and the change. That they're not expecting you to kind of just immediately emerge as a leader overnight. That's sometimes quite difficult, especially if you are leaving an existing company as an individual contributor and arriving at a new company in a management role. And it's additionally difficult when the management roles that you're looking to take on, are new roles that haven't existed in the organization previously, where there's no existing IP. But once again, that's not your problem. Make the leadership of the organization and the managers accountable for making sure that you deliver your best, that you have your best chance for success. Uh, Setting a manager up for success is the most important role of a leader. And I think really important that you make sure as the person being promoted that that's being done. Otherwise, I think you should seriously consider whether the promotion is for you. Okay, well, that's all I had to share with you today. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. And for all those people seeking promotions, good luck. Just be aware and keep on tracking. If you have any other thoughts, any other ideas, any other things you'd like to share about this, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a great Monday.